Good day. Got something I'd just like to share today. It's a Monday in October, it's fall. I'm thinking about as these leaves fall from the trees, I'm looking at the analogy of us letting go of things that no longer serve us, habits, ways. They tend to stick because repetition creates the habit. It's the things that we do over and over and over that becomes our normal. And that alone creates a rhythm. See, in music, if you have two notes or even one note, it's not quite a melody yet. It's not memorable yet. It doesn't grab the attention of the listeners. What grabs the attention of the listeners is when you get to a melody of three notes. Three notes or more creates a melody. Even with rhythm, two beats, it might work having two beats, 1, 2, 1, 2, but it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4. It is the expanding rhythm, the expanding mindset, or the expanding ear that creates the true song. And our lives are like songs. We're like musical instruments. And it's music, it's rhythm, it's repetition. But as these trees are dropping their leaves, I'm thinking about the rhythm of every fall, depending on where it is, fall or autumn in your area of the world, how the trees drop their leaves, their old ways. So you can look at that as old habits, old songs, old rhythms, and things that no longer serve us. So I'm thinking about the habit of helping, the habit of being in the rhythm of always being there to help everyone. And we feel that this is a noble cause. I'm always there. Whenever they need me, I call. This can be considered chronic servitude syndrome. It may stem from, being in bondage or certain types of trauma, or the ego, just the ego wanting to feel like it's doing great things in the world. And we're not saying we shouldn't be helpful. We're just looking at the rhythm and the song that we have of helping people and being there for people. And most of the times, they're not there for us. When you need them, they're nowhere around. Have you noticed this? How many of you have had this happening in your life? You're always there for folks. They're my family. They're my friends. They're part of my church or my religion or my belief system or part of my political group. I have to be there. And you're there and you're going against your natural order and your natural song. And you begin to do this so long that your unnatural song becomes your natural song and your unnatural rhythm becomes your new rhythm. And your rhythm is that you can always be dependent on to help everybody. And when you are needing or desiring help, they're not there. They're nowhere around. In fact, they may even get agitated when you call them and ask them for a favor because you have put yourself in the rhythm of helping all the time. You may have got this even from church. You always have to be there to be a servant. Sounds like slavery. I'm a servant of my political group. I'm a servant of my family. It's different if it's reciprocal. When it's reciprocal, that means that they are helping you also. There is some benefit. And for a lot of us, the benefit becomes just feeling good and warm and fuzzy because you help everybody. But you're worn out half the time and you're tired. You're being drained. So you're like a host to a parasitic life. Chronic servitude syndrome is a serious thing, y'all. But just like the leaves are falling from the trees, it would be important at this time if we begin to leave some of the old ways behind. Leave some of the things that have not helped us in the past behind. So it's different if it's strategic. You help and you're there to help support your friends, your family, your community, but it's strategic because there's a benefit that actually serves you, not just your ego, not just you feeling like, wow, look what I did. Look what I'm doing. If it's a reciprocal relationship, that means that it's equal. There's give and take. Not just give, and they take. I, my own self, have been I want to say a victim of this, but I've been guilty of doing this. Desiring to help everybody. Always giving it all away. Especially if you have natural talents. When you have natural talents, what happens? You don't feel you had to work for this, so you feel you should just give it all away. But then a lot of times you end up suffering. Because when you need some help or you need some energy, there's none there because you gave it all away to help the world. But in fact, your natural talent could be monetized. Don't think that just because you have natural talents, they shouldn't be monetized or you shouldn't get something for your good deeds. And there's a rhythm to this. Now, we talked about rhythm in the beginning. Think about someone asking you for help. And you help them. They're your family, they're your friends, they're your co-workers, they're your frenemies, whoever they are. You want to be liked. So you help them. Then they call on you again for help. Guess what? Same thing. They were my relations. I got to help them. They need help. I'm feeling sorry for them. So you help. The third time, they come for help. Guess what? It runs through your head. This is your habit. This is what you do. This is your song. I'm going to sing. I'm going to get on stage and not even be ready to allow myself to get help. And sometimes not even asking those people to help us. But after the third time, y'all, of you helping someone, you've set up a rhythm. You've set up a pattern. This is a song. That's your music. You're viewed as the great helper. The fourth time, if you were to say no, or if you were to not be available when these people have come to you for help, you're now the enemy. You're evil. Have y'all noticed this? If you say yes 3 times when you really need to possibly be saying no or sit your ass down, you're up saying yes, because you're in chronic servitude syndrome and you feel like you weren't doing anything else. All I was doing was watching TV. All I was doing was sitting by the beach. Excuse me. But you sitting around watching TV or just chilling or, just relaxing has value because that resting and relaxing is time that you need to rejuvenate yourself. But if you're up, jumping up during your rejuvenation time to help others, you never really get to rejuvenate. Check it out, y'all. Some of y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. We're always helping. This is an illness. But if you're strategic about helping folks, be strategic. Help, be a helper, but be a helper at a time when it's going to be reciprocal or that help is actually going to feed you or do something that comes back to you or your community or whatever. So you don't get caught up always helping everybody basically for free. And you don't think that it's not costing you something, but it is. Because I notice most people that have chronic servitude syndrome are not really happy. They're not really joyful. They're not really fulfilled. Because they're always helping everybody. And a lot of them have the fawn personality. If you know about the fawn personality in psychology, that's when, you may have been born in a family or a part of a group. And you're basically, going through pain in this group. You may be having what they call fight or flight. And you can't fight. You can't even run because it's your family, it's your friends. You're a part of this group. It's a part of your organization. So you're in fight or flight internally, and you've got a lot of cortisol and stress hormones. But what happens is, after a while, to deal with it, you may go into fawn. Fawn personality is when you decide to just do this and make everybody happy. Let me just be the light of the party. Let me just do my best to make everybody feel like, really good and warm and fuzzy inside. And you get a voice and you start this whole fake personality of being the helper. I helped everyone. I was there. I'm always there. But what happens is you're killing yourself. You're dying softly and quietly. Why do you do it? Because something in that song, in your program, has told you that this is what you're supposed to do. Why? Because you were programmed this way. This is part of one of society's programmings. Population control. Get people to feel like they got to give it all away. Give it all up. Don't keep any for yourself. When in fact, we might need to do just like the church and do some tithing. And only give away 10%. Maybe only give away 10% of your energy, 10% of your time. Give back 10%. Only 10%. But most of the time, when we're in chronic servitude syndrome, we're giving back all the time. That's what we do. We're always there. Just keep in mind, after the third time of you saying yes and helping some people and feeling all good and warm and fuzzy about it, you better not say yes or no on the fourth time. Because the fourth time, if you say no, you're evil. You've lost your mind. You're worshiping the devil. You don't have time for me. You become evil. Now here you are on one side, you were like an angel. Oh, always call Angel. Angel is always going to help us. Angel really doesn't have any time because see, Angel doesn't have a job. And you notice when you don't have a job or you don't have a business or if you don't set up boundaries, these people are always calling. They always want you to come because they don't value your free time because they look at it as free time when it's really just me time. It's the difference between free time and me time. You're not really busy. You don't have any children. You're married. You've got a good husband, or you don't really work, brother. You just got money just coming in on the internet, and so they're always calling you. Have you noticed that? If you don't seem like you're busy, people are always calling. They always need help. And they know you because you got a fawn personality. And that fawn personality is like the little deer. And it's quiet. And it doesn't really express itself. Even when it's in pain. The person who's in the fawn personality or a person that has chronic servitude will never cry out in pain and will very seldom ever ask for help from others. Don't even know how to ask. How many of us don't even know how to ask for help or ask for assistance? Asking the people, ask the same people that you're always saying yes to, say no, but can you help me with such and such? And you begin to know where you really fit in their paradigm. So this fall, let the leaves fall. Say no. Learn to say yes to things that really serve you. Not just your ego, not just your old self, not just the hurt self, the wounded self, the traumatized self, the slave self, the one that has been abused and brought up in abuse and being abused every day by friends and family. But they're my family. I got to say yes. When do they say yes to you? Ask that question. Do an experiment. For the next 28 days, start saying no. Unless it's something that's reciprocal. They're going to pay you. They're going to give you something. It's going to be some trade. It's going to be something that you receive from them equal to what you give them. Equal. That's reciprocal. How many relationships out there right now between people are not reciprocal, where you're just like the servant? You're just doing what you're doing because you're in a slavery contract. You try to break that contract, folks go crazy. So this is for everybody out there who can hear this message. What is your rhythm? What is your song? What's your dance? What do you go along with? Are you ready, willing, and able to change this today? And it's not going to be easy, but it's going to be simple. And the next time somebody calls you, if you're like a person that's always consoling people, you're like a consultant. These people get paid to help other people and mind other people's business. If it's not your business, if you're not in the business of minding other people's business, like managers and consultants and attorneys and, you know what I'm saying, assistants, that's being in the business of helping other people, and most likely you're being paid for that in some kind of way. There's some even exchange. But otherwise, if you're just running out, and check this out, this is one last thing. How many of you are running to help other people and they didn't even ask you for help? This is your song, this is your rhythm, minding other people's business, thinking that they need me, this is what they need to do, this is what they should do, this is how they could be successful. And a lot of times, we're helping other people become successful at something we're not even successful at. But we got good ideas for them, but we're not even doing it ourselves. But you put on the super person's cape and you're flying to always help other people. They get used to it. They get used to you. That's your song. Minding other people's business instead of businessing your mind and doing what you need to do to remind yourself of the true value that you have. So come on over to elevationtime.com, because we're teaching these type of lessons. And we're about to do these inspirational moments. We may be doing something once a week. We have a new class coming up. And this new class is about, you becoming superhuman, becoming a superconductor. Learning how to give all of your energy and not losing any. That's what a superconductor is. To get to the gold mind. The gold mind is gold, right? Because your thoughts are always things that have high value. If you're always thinking that you're nothing, and what you have is nothing, then you'll always be no thing. So this message today is coming to you from the heart, from the mind of Dr. B. Watching the leaves, watching the rhythm. And this all started because I have people who call me and they expect me to be there to help them. All the time. And I'm usually there, especially family. And I began to ask myself, when are they there to help me? In fact, they don't even think that I could have issues and problems. They think I'm superhuman. But this is about becoming superhuman and containing your energy instead of leaking. A lot of us have leaky gut syndrome. That's not just the physical leaky gut syndrome. It's the leaky gut, having courage to say no. So much love to you all. I just wanted to come on today and do this live as I was driving and break down this concept to see if anybody could possibly feel this and hear this. And if you're not on our email list at elevationtime.com, please go get on our email list, our newsletter, because we're going to be sending out messages like this and helping people become themselves. Yes, helping people become themselves. A lot of who we are is not ourselves. It's the other. We've created an other personality and we've covered up ourselves, and we're have a false sense of security. But the real you has high value. The true us has high value. And all of us, no matter who we are, have something that we could give to help the world, but we need to also monetize it, or at least get it to where it's reciprocal. We're receiving something of equal value. And not just you saying, my equal value is the feeling of helping people. That may be just ego. So you got to check yourself before you wreck yourself. So thank you for coming on. We're going to be doing a lot of things here. So subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe. Go to elevationtime.com. And just remember that a lot of this is because we've been living in a parasitic world. Mental, physical, and spiritual and energetic parasites. Do you have parasites? Because they'll keep you from rising to your best vibrational level. Parasites will eat you alive and use you as a host. And they'll take your energy. A lot of our relationships are parasitic. That's why we offer that 28-day program at elevation.com. The total body and the elevated total body paracleanse program. It doesn't just help physical parasites. It deals with energetic parasites, mental parasites, spiritual parasites that are usually eating us alive. And a lot of these relationships we're having are parasitic. You're the host. You're expected to give everything. And the other people are the parasites. And when you say no, they lose their minds. Losing their minds. Try it out and see. I know it's going to be hard for some of us to say no, but you got to learn to say no more so that you can begin to say yes to the big things. Because there's something for all of us. There's something coming for each of us. There is something that we can actually do to change our lives. But we got to wait for the right situation. And it's got to be something that's not only honorable to others, but it's honorable to ourselves. So let's be more strategic and be careful. Look out for chronic fatigue syndrome in yourself. I'll talk to you soon. Much love. Y'all travel light. A lot of the habits are like old luggage, and they're down in our body. They're on our ship. You're carrying luggage and cargo that may not be yours. Habits that you received from another time. Let's drop the leaves, y'all. Let's let it fall. I'll see y'all again soon. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. And if you'd like to get in touch with us and get more of this information, or even possibly get a personal subconscious alignment or consultation, I am now open to consultations, and I help people break the spell. I help people break the subconscious programs that are controlling them and get into the natural intelligence, organic intelligence, authentic intelligence that is born in each of us. Much love. Y'all travel light. See you soon.